Hey guys, it's been a while since I did my last video, and today I want to share a topic on you only live once. And this I'm tying it to self-improvement because I will be sharing about some of my life experiences as well as mistakes and failures that I made along the way, the regrets that I have, and also how I'm trying the best that I can right now to make sure that I'm not living in regrets anymore. Alright, so let's get started. I think the very first lesson that I'm going to talk about today is that we should always think before we act. Now, many of the mistakes and some of the failures I have experienced in the past is actually a direct result of me not thinking before I act. So every decision, every opportunity to do something in our lives always comes with an outcome. So I think a lot of times when I do something, I fail to think about the consequences of my actions. Back then we didn't have the hashtag YOLO, you only live once. So but I used to live my life in a way that is like there's no tomorrow. So in a way I feel like there are no consequences. So I would do a lot of things out of impulse, and it was the outcome today. I'm paying for it right now. The debts that I have, most of it is a result of not thinking before I act, and I was acting on impulse. So that is one of the mistakes that I can share with you guys. So I think it's very important that we always think about our choices. We have to ask ourselves, if I say no to this opportunity today, or if I commit to this opportunity today, to this action, will I regret? Will I be able to live with the consequences, the outcomes of my decision, of my action? So I think this is a large part related to being responsible. I think that we need to be more responsible with the choices and actions that we take in our lives. So that's one of the lessons that I would like to share with you guys today. Alright, so when you want to do something, please take the time to think first. Don't just jump into it. I used to do that all the time. So yeah, look at where I am today. I really hope that nobody has to experience the same mistakes that I have. Honestly, I don't wish it upon anybody. So I'm just gonna tell you that this is something you should avoid. So hopefully, you will be smart enough to avoid it. Alright, so lesson number 2. If you regret it, start doing it today. So one of my greatest regrets in life is that there are so many things in my 20s that I could have done but I didn't do. I'm in my 30s now, so late 30s to be exact. Now I feel a little bit old. Relative term, I know that there are some viewers and bloggers out there that are a lot more senior, but yeah, I'm not in my 20s anymore, and there are so many things that I wish I had done in my 20s, but the time has passed for me. So I want to talk about why I didn't do those things in my 20s. Now, I didn't do it because I was so afraid of what other people would think about me. I was so afraid of other people's opinions. I was afraid of my parents' expectations of me because, I always grew up with low self-esteem, and there was a time when all I really wanted to do was please them and to be the son that they expect me to be. But I realized that by doing that I wasn't living my life. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be selfish. I'm not saying that you have to act in a way that puts, don't act in a way that is at other people's expense. Don't do something at other people's expense. I think that is a key thing that I should say. But then again, you have to live your life. You cannot live your life for other people. I know that some people make it a choice to make their lives about other people, but I don't think that that's the way to live, because I should say that our parents will be gone someday, right? So that is a fact. And when they do, what are we going to do with our lives? Who are we living our lives for? So when I really think about the choices that I have been making, you see, the thing is even though I didn't do the things that I regretted today, by default, I have made a choice to live a life that's pleasing other people but not myself. So, when I look back, I wish I had done all the things that I didn't do. And my advice is, don't worry about what other people think about you. Don't worry about other people's opinions about you. Somewhere out there, someone is going to disagree with what you're doing today. Someone is going to disagree with who you are. So just be yourself. I think the most important thing that I can share with you, whoever is watching this, is that you have to be yourself. Be the best version of yourself. And I think that really sums up the lesson that I can share. Alright, so if you look back 5 years from now and you know that you're going to regret not doing certain things that you should be doing today, make sure you do it. So just to share 2 experiences, things that I regret not doing. In 2015, when I was doing a consulting project for United Nations, I received an opportunity through a mutual contact that there is an opportunity to work on a project for 6 months at Red Cross, which is just across the road from United Nations. But I said no to the opportunity. So today when I look back, I wish I had said yes to the opportunity, because then I would have been able to live my life elsewhere other than Singapore and really experience life in a different country. Honestly, I still look for the opportunity of experiencing life elsewhere as well. When the opportunity comes, but I'm just gonna wait for the right moment. In late 2015, early 2016, I received an opportunity to write a technical resource book. But because I also received the opportunity to work in the dream company of 10 years, it was 2 great opportunities clashing. I thought that the job opportunity is the one that's going to be more permanent, and I honestly didn't want to be distracted on my new job. HR managers, usually companies, they would discourage you or say that you can't be moonlighting outside of your job, conflict of interest and so on. So then again, I personally wanted to do my job well, and I don't want to be distracted. So I said no to the book authoring opportunity. And then I got retrenched from my job in early 2017 when they restructured. So when I think back, I wish I had said yes. Because even though the job wasn't permanent, if I had written that book, it would still be selling today. So that's one of the regrets. So how am I living my life right now so that I will not live in regrets anymore? So last year, when I first found my calling in education, I received an opportunity to relocate to Philippines by a company that someone that I knew who offered to sponsor me with what I need to pursue my calling and my passions. I was honestly excited. Yes, I was very tempted by the opportunity because I always wished that I would have the opportunity to relocate and start my life elsewhere, away from the negative environment that I'm living in today. But when I really think about the opportunity, when I really considered some of the things that were being discussed, I realized that there was some hidden agenda. It's not explicit, it's not clear, but when you read between the lines and if you understand human intentions, you will know that sometimes people expect certain things even though they don't really say that they expect it. So I realized that if I had said yes to the opportunity to relocate, I would eventually be compromising on certain aspects of my calling and my journey, my purpose. And that is not something that I want to do. It's not easy to say no, but when I look back today, I honestly have no regrets about it. I'm glad I said no. So a more recent experience that I have is when I met one of my benefactors. I met her. She sponsored me with my current Samsung tablet, which is really good. It's a really good hardware. As a STEAM education coach and enthusiast, the tablet is one of the most important tools to have, in this industry. And for a very long time, I don't have a tablet. In the past, I did. When I used to have a nice, comfortable salary, I could buy a lot of the gadgets that I wanted. But for the last couple of years, I didn't have a tablet. So it's really difficult to be who I am, or to be the best version of myself, or to follow my calling, without the right tools, without the right hardware. So she sponsored me the hardware. I'm very grateful for it. But subsequent meetings with her, I realized that there were certain expectations and conditions that she had when she offered to invest in me. So she wanted to invest an amount of US $3,000, which converts to about SGD 4,800, based on the exchange rate at the time. I'm not saying that it's a lot of money, but in my current situation with the debts I'm struggling with me trying to look for freelance consulting gigs to survive, $4,800 can really do a lot in my current situation. So, but I said no to the opportunity because I realized that if I said yes, I would have to make certain compromises on my calling as well. I would have to make certain compromises of what I believe in. And I just can't do that because I know that if I said yes on impulse at the moment because of temptation, I'm going to regret it one day. So yeah, I said no. And some of the opportunity has passed me by. I can never get it back. But I'm glad that I made the right call. Right? So this is some of the recent experiences that I have where I would say that I'm no longer living in regrets. I'm happy with the choices that I've been making, and I'm gonna continue to live my life this way because life is too short to be bogged down by regrets. There are so many nights, so many days that I have insomnia, and I would have this stress over me, of all the bad decisions I made. I am doing my best to move forward, yes, but there will always be a reminder, to me that, I cannot make the same mistakes that I used to make. I have to be more responsible with my choices, but I also cannot be afraid to do the things that I want to do today. So I have to take ownership of the choices that I make in my life. So those are the lessons that I like to share with you guys. I hope that by sharing this video with you today, by sharing this subject with you today, it will cause you to think about your own life right now. The choices that you are making today, the choices that you are not making today, what would the consequences and outcomes of those inaction and action will be in your life. And I hope that, when you really think about this, when you go back and you think about it, I hope that it will help you to make better choices in your life. Hopefully better than mine. Alright, so until the next time that I have another topic to share, it's me signing off. Bye.